to do something different. We haven't done Melanie Martinez in a minute. I really like her music videos. And although a lot
There's
of
always some shits.
yeah, although a lot of her videos get blocked, maybe this one will go through. So this one is Sippy Cup. So this is from the K through 12. So we got Melanie Martinez, Sippy Cup, official music video. Let's see what you got.
Blood still stains when the sheets are washed. Sex don't sleep when the lights are off. Kids are still depressed when you dress them up. And syrup is still syrup in a sippy cup. He's still dead when you're done with the bottle. Of course it's a corpse that you keep in the cradle. Kids are still depressed when you dress them up. Syrup is still syrup in a sippy cup.
I love like the message that she's like talking about right now, which is the masking of stuff that people tend to do. Like, she says like kids are still depressed even if you dress them up, and then syrup is still syrup in a sippy cup. And I just love the way that she illustrates that message to us, as opposed to just saying that like whatever's in the surface just isn't always what it is.
Yeah, it's as if you're trying to mask something with something positive, but
Yeah.
no matter how you mask it, it's still not what it seems.
And she could also be talking about like adults, right? Adults, I think, are more keen to hiding their emotions as opposed to children. I think children are more open to being vulnerable. And then when she talks about syrup, it can easily be like alcohol, because look at what she's pouring in the sippy cup, or at least the little teddy bear cup.
Yeah, I think for adults, we typically try to seem okay and try to maintain, not necessarily a smile, but try to maintain a positive attitude, even when we're going through difficult circumstances.
Dress them up. Syrup is still syrup in a sippy cup. Blood money. How do you afford this ring that I love, honey? Just another shift at the drug company. He doesn't think I'm that fucking dumb, does he? It doesn't matter what you pull up to your home. We know what goes on inside. You call that ass your own. We call that silicone, silly girl. We're silly boys. Blood still stains when the sheets are washed. Sex don't sleep when the lights are off. Kids are still depressed when you dress them up. And syrup is still syrup in a sippy cup. He's still dead when you're done with the bottle. Of course it's a corpse that you keep in the cradle. Kids are still depressed when you dress them up. Syrup is still syrup in a sippy cup. If they give you a new pill, then you will buy it. If they say to kill yourself, then you will try it. All the makeup in the world won't make you less insecure. You got weights in your pockets.
Oh my God, she touches on a lot of deep topics. Like even that line where she talks about no matter how much makeup you put, you're still going to be insecure, makes me think of like how prominent like the cosmetology industry is, or like I forget the name of the industry, but like the industry of like beauticians and cosmetologists and makeup and all the companies and the advertising that's put into those companies to kind of make not just females, but I feel like for the most part it's catered to women, where they sell these products to try to mask the insecurities of women, because like in our society, obviously a lot of how we think of women traditionally revolves around beauty. So I think she makes a great point when it comes to that. You can see that, like, obviously, like even in social media, where a lot of things that are being advertised are like makeup and dresses, and you see all these big YouTube channels that cover how to do hair, how to do makeup, and it gets a lot of attention, which shows how important it is, at least in this society, just how you look.
Makeup in the world won't make you less insecure. You got weights in your pockets when you go to the doctors. Your favorite candy's cotton, that's why I think the rotten silly girl, the silly boy. Blood still stains when the sheets are washed. Sex don't sleep when the lights are off. Kids are still depressed when you dress them up. And syrup is still syrup in a sippy cup.
I love the line that she says, like, your favorite candy is cotton. It makes me think of like Oxycontin, but also like cotton candy. So I love that, like, you can see it in a child's world, but you can also see the message in like an adult's world. And I think she constantly balances that out.
When you dress them up, and syrup is still syrup in a sippy cup. He's still dead when you're done with the bottle. Of course it's a corpse that you keep in the cradle. Kids are still depressed when you dress them up. Syrup is still syrup in a sippy cup. Blood still stains when the sheets are washed. Sex don't sleep when the lights are off.
Even that line when she says like the blood still stains even when the sheets are washed. Like you can't hide, basically you just can't hide things. No matter how you try to clean up, whether it's yourself or your house, no matter what you try to clean up or mask over something, you can't hide what's underneath.
Stains when the sheets are washed. Sex don't sleep when the lights are off. Kids are still depressed when you dress them up. And syrup is still syrup in a sippy cup.
Well, she killed her, and that's why she turned into an angel.
Yeah. It's interesting because like I see two different like stories here. Like the first story is obviously her killing like her child because of her own happiness, and I think it's because she's linked to the person that she's married. But at the same time, I feel like Melanie Martinez could easily portray her young self, her naive self, which she's trying to drown her young self in like all this alcohol to kind of kill her, like her innocence and just anything that's like pure in a child, right? Like it's almost as if she's killing herself.
Yeah, I also looked at it as maybe like a generational difference where like people push their beliefs onto you, right? And that's typically seen in children. When you have adults, whether they're parents or teachers, they kind of shove their beliefs into your head as if you're supposed to believe what they believe. And I think that's why she uses like the parent-kid relationship to illustrate that, because a lot of times the parents project their beliefs and their rules upon you as if you should be doing the same thing, whether you agree with it or not. And she eventually ends up killing her with that.
I love that metaphor.
So yeah, like Melanie Martinez is really deep. That's why I like her music
Yeah.
videos so much, because there's always like an underlying theme, and it's ambiguous, so it could mean a couple different things.
And she has the most creative instrumentals every time. Like you can't even classify her as a specific genre because she has like a little bit of R&B in her. Like there's some moments when like I sense that R&B style.
Yeah, I agree with that. She's very creative, so it's hard to fit her in a box
Yeah, no,
categorically when it
there's no
comes to her
way.
music. Yeah. It really
Like
does.
she could easily have her own TV show. Like similar to like how Sesame Street is Sesame Street. Like there's nothing like Sesame Street. I feel like Melanie Martinez can be her own like creative world, which she's already created.
I agree with that. Yeah, and her world has so much depth to it.
Yeah.
And it also touches on actual issues that we have in our world.
Yeah,
so
it's
she
so
incorporates
relatable.
that, yeah, in her
Yeah.
in her world, in her fictional world, which she does a
Yes.
great job doing.
And then that's it.